Hello everyone and welcome to Inside Ascension, where we present positive stories from our beautiful parish for and about the people who live here. I'm John Connolly.
And I'm Marshall Courtney. Ascension Parish government has a new administration, and with it comes new faces and new ideas.
Accountability starts with me and my administration. The responsibility to never forget who elected me to do this job, to put citizens first, not only in major decisions, but in everyday decisions.
That's new parish president Clint Quintmaw at his inauguration ceremony, setting the tone for the next 4 years, committing to work for the citizens to move Ascension forward, committing also to work with parish council, where we find more new faces. 6 new council members voted in, joining 5 others re-elected to new terms, representing District 1, Alvin Coach Thomas, District 2, Joel Robert, District 3, Travis Turner, District 4, Corey Orgeron, District 5, Dempsey Lambert, District 6, Chase Melanson, District 7, Aaron Lawler, District 8, Terry Casso, District 9, Dal Wagasback, District 10, John Cagnalotti, and representing District 11, Michael Mason.
These 11 elected leaders are critical to our success, to ensure that Ascension Parish moves forward in a positive direction. 2020 is a critical year in our path forward for our community. I have no doubt that they are up to the challenge.
It is indeed an exciting time, Marshall, to be on the Ascension Parish government team, to be working with this administration, for this parish president and parish council, and especially for you, the citizens of Ascension Parish and our viewers. Ascension 21 and the video programming department are dedicated to serving the citizens of Ascension Parish courteously and professionally, with the delivery of potentially life-saving information during emergencies, providing open transparency of governmental activities via live television and web streaming of public meetings, and collaborating with other departments and agencies to creatively produce and promote all things Ascension. So with that, let's get to it. In this episode, we'll show you the effort to fight the litter problem in Ascension and what you can do to pitch in to help keep Ascension beautiful.
The Citizen Service Call Center has been up and running for a year now. We'll show you how it works and how easy it is to submit work orders for any issue you may have should one arise.
We'll reintroduce you to someone you may recognize who's back to parish government, but in several new roles, Ricky Compton. He'll join Martin McConnell later in Studio B for a conversation about one of the roles he's filling in the new administration, recreation.
We'll also take you to the Department of Public Works blood drive, where parish employees serve in ways beyond their work requirements. We'll also talk Census 2020, so you'll know what to expect when census takers come calling later this spring. And we'll wrap the show like we always do. Our Lanyap segment features the soulful tones of Felton Brown, who works in Ascension's facility maintenance department.
You'll want to stick around for that, I promise you. Please, stay with us. All of this comes up right now, inside Ascension.
This is Lester Kenyon. If you've driven Airline Highway like many of us do, more than likely you've seen the litter pickup crews out in force. In addition to established litter pickup crews, Ascension Parish President Clint Quintmore has committed additional resources, adding even more crews like this one, which includes personnel who would ordinarily be performing other seasonal tasks, as additional manpower focused on tackling the problem. Litter is a blight on our community, a black eye which seemingly never goes away. Unfortunately, the task of picking up litter never goes away. But with more people working together, cleaning up the parish and keeping it clean is much easier. Eliminating litter from our landscape is a continuous battle and takes all of us doing our part on many fronts. First, by keeping your properties clean, disposing of trash properly, picking up what wasn't, and by reporting those who you see littering or dumping trash illegally along our roadways to law enforcement. Together we all can make a difference. Much like this citizen-driven pickup event, where neighbors joined forces to make a difference, stopping to pick up litter and clean up this area, rather than ignore it and drive on by. Ironically, much of what makes up the litter problem could have been recycled initially. The Parish Recycling Center is located at 42077 Church Point Road in Gonzales, which is the Ascension Parish Department of Public Works. This is where you can bring your common recyclables like paper, glass, aluminum, and tin cans. The Recycling Center is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. The yearly Household Hazardous Materials Collection event is scheduled for April 4th. So now's the time to clean out the garage or storage closets of all the stuff collecting dust that should not end up in the landfill. This is where you can bring all those items for proper disposal. Things like car tires, batteries, electronics, fluorescent bulbs, automotive products, home and garden chemicals, paints and thinners, scrap metal, white goods, appliances, computers and accessories, monitors, printers, fax machines, and telephones. Materials not accepted include explosives, radioactive materials, medical or lab waste, asbestos, storm debris, or construction materials, or the common recyclables mentioned earlier for the Church Point Road Recycling Center. The Household Hazardous Materials Collection event is Saturday, April 4th from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center, 9039 St. Landry Road in Gonzales. This event is for Ascension Parish residents only. You must have a valid ID. More information about parish recycling efforts, household materials collection, or the fight against litter in Ascension Parish can be found online at ascensionparish.net.
So today we're in the Emergency Operations Center, and inside the Emergency Operations Center is the Citizen Service Center. We are directing all of our residents to call our Citizen Service Center, 450-1200. So some of the calls we get are just questions about the services in Ascension Parish, or that you have an issue that you're looking for some resolution. Drainage, or wanting to rent a recreational facility within our parish. You can call the Citizen Service Center, 450-1200, and we'll be happy to direct your call, submit a work order, or answer your question. 450-1200. We will talk to you, see what your problem is, see what resolution that you need. We'll create a work order, and then you can go online and track your work order from there.
The Ascension Parish Citizen Service Center manages requests for public services through a centralized call center, online portal, and database. This system allows for citizens to request a service, distribute work orders, and view departmental activities. The Citizen Service Center is the point of distribution for requests for public service throughout parish government. To submit a request, call 225-450-1200 or go online to www.ascensionparish.net/citizen-service-center.
Hello, I'm Martin McConnell. I'm the Communications Director for Ascension Parish Government, and welcome back to another one of our installations of Meet the Administrators or learn about the different departmental profiles that we have going on for you in Ascension Parish Government. And today I'm very pleased and happy to welcome Mr. Ricky Compton. Ricky Compton is a member of the Quintmall administration, and we're not going to quite define you yet, Ricky, because your role here in government is so vast, and I mean you really have a lot on your plate right now.
Yes, so far, yes. They use the expression "drinking out of the fire hose," and we are clearly doing that.
Yeah, you are one of many in the new administration drinking out of the fire hose. It's really admirable to see the way y'all have attacked it feet first, going at it full steam. And everything is going well. But let's first find out who you are and what qualifies you. Now, I think a lot of people will remember your name. You have been with parish government in the past. In what capacity?
I was the Planning and Development Director under Tommy Martinez for 8 years.
Okay, so you have 8 years of planning and development experience under your belt in parish government. You were on hiatus for about 4 years with Breck.
Yes, sir.
Doing what, and what was your position at Baton Rouge Recreation? Is the big recreation in East Baton Rouge Parish?
Yes, I was an assistant director in park operations over facilities. So I managed all the trade crafts, all the carpenters, painters, welders, plumbers, electricians, special services, HVAC for 184 parks.
184 parks. So this should be a piece of cake for you coming back to Ascension.
It is a reduction in number of parks, a reduction in staff, a reduction in budget. There's a lot of reduction.
But nonetheless, you've got so much experience in this. Your degree from LSU is in
Landscape architecture.
Okay, so you're degreed landscape architecture. So you bring that to the table. You bring 8 years of experience in planning and development to the table, and you bring
12 years of urban design and landscape architecture practice in the private sector in Florida.
So, boy, that's a pretty wide breadth of experience, of knowledge, of training, and everything. So, wow, where do we go from there, Ricky? What the
You know, when the parish president and I first met to talk about if I was interested in coming back, where I was landing was I wasn't interested in coming back in the role I had before. I have a passion for recreation because I have two boys that have grown up in the park system playing baseball, and now I have a son playing tennis, and just an overall passion and love for parks. And when I graduated from LSU, I thought I was going to design zoos for a living. So I've always been in that mindset. So when I talked to Clint, one of those things was I wanted to come back and have my hands in recreation. So that's part of my job duties at this point.
Well, and I think what is very good from your perspective is you have seen how things operate in different areas. So you're not you're bringing in new information, you're bringing in new ideas from some of the other areas. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And for people that watched the recreation meeting, they talked about some of the deficiencies that we see here. One of them being programming. Right now we've kicked off baseball season. Our crews are out there getting the parks ready.
We are at Butch Gore, and we are out here prepping the fields. You want to prep the fields kind of all year to keep the grass out, and it don't make it as hard for the park tech to keep his field nice during the summer when the kids are playing. So you want to keep tilling it up to get the grass out, and we just doing maintenance out here. They starting the season early, like at Stevens Park, Paula Park, and Sanamon Park. We've been prepping those fields and those parks, getting them nice and tidied and cleaned up. Whatever it is, that's what we got to do to take care of our job. I got a good crew of about 17 guys, and when you got a good crew like that, you take care of them and they take care of you, and everything falls in place like it's supposed to. It's very much a team effort because we try to do the best we can with the men that we got for 25 parks in the parish, and it's a job to get it back right, and so we can prove to the public we are doing our job and doing it very well. We got trash cans everywhere. Just make an effort of putting it in the trash cans and keeping the bathrooms clean while you here, and we'll catch them on the Monday morning. We here to serve the public, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We love taking care of these parks. If not, we wouldn't be here.
Softball season registration is underway, so that's going to be starting here shortly. AYBA basketball is underway, so we've got a small number of programs. We have programs on the west side and the east side, and it's my goal over the next 4 years to start to develop plans and start to talk about what other kind of programming and initiatives can we start to widen the scope of what we offer to the citizens.
And do you have some sort of a mandate? Did the parish president say, okay, I want you to tackle this, or I want you to look at that, or I want you to find new ways to do something? I know he's big in thinking outside of the box, and he's always looking for people who can follow along with his thought process.
Yeah, I wouldn't say officially it's a mandate yet. It's a let's get our arms around what's going on right now, and let's understand how it's been done, and then start to explore the options of what can we do and how can we do it better.
So right now we're talking about recreation, but I mean, recreation, as you just said, it encompasses not only the parks that we have and the maintenance and the upgrades to all of the parks. It involves the different programs that we have. I think you're also talking about expanding some of those programs. I know a request was made of you recently to maybe look into more adult recreation. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are some of the ideas there?
So right now, I think I'd be hard pressed to tell you that anything is concrete or evidence.
I think everything really is in a state of flux right
now.
Yeah.
So Councilwoman Casso asked about adult yoga. Councilman Turner asked about adult basketball. There was a talk of flag football. All of those are options that are in the air. Right now we operate on a primarily volunteer or 501c3 sort of nonprofit running our programs because we just don't have the staff. And so that's one of the things that we're going to have to talk about is, do we increase staff to add additional programming? Do we put it out there that we need help, we need volunteers to run it? So that's all going to be part of the game plan as we move forward.
And how does all of that tie together with the planning and development, and with the facilities, and with how does that tie together?
I don't know that they do just yet. You know, if I was going to tell you that I have a 4-year plan, I wouldn't be 100% honest, but I can tell you I have a big picture vision for how the operations of this parish could be run more efficiently. You know, we have grass mowers within 3 or 4 different districts or departments. Is that the most efficient way to do it? You know, carpenters and electricians across multiple districts and departments. So perhaps over the future, we could be talking about how do we increase efficiency of operation by consolidating work efforts.
That looks like the theme right now of this entire administration is how to become more efficient at what we do, how to be more efficient and better at the services that we provide.
Right. Within my first 2 weeks here, because we have such a wonderful IT department, one of the things that we were doing was meeting with a consultant who was already in play about implementing an electronic work order system. And so the facilities maintenance division will be the first group that I'm over that we're going to be implementing that system. We're going to get to a standardized building inspection process. We're going to get to a more efficient way of handling work orders, and eventually we're going to implement that same system in recreation, perhaps expanding it into an electronic app to help us facilitate rental of fields and facilities. So we're looking at all sorts of ways to improve our efficiency.
So you have a good staff available to you. You've been going around and meeting everybody and seeing what's going on in your particular bailiwick in your kingdom, and so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're getting the feedback from them, and then you're providing that information flow into the remainder of the administration.
Correct.
And the parish president has given you, I don't want to say free rein. That's not really true. I mean, but he respects your decisions, or he respects your intuitions?
I hope so. I mean, I think that that's part of what I'm bringing here is, you know, I've got some experience here working with the parish. I know what it means to work in the planning and development end of things. We've been meeting with, you know, engineers and developers and things like that over concerns that they've had and issues that they have going forward. And it's our hope that we can continue to reflect the mission, vision, and values of the parish president to ensure that all decisions we make are reflective of that.
Well, that's very refreshing, and that's very enlightening just in and of itself. So Ricky, thank you so much for being here, for giving us this little sneak preview of what we have in store for your particular area under the new Clint Quintmall administration, and where things are heading in the parish. And it looks like we have a very bright future for recreation, for facilities, for planning and development. It sounds good. Now we need everybody's help, everybody working together to put things together and all head in the same direction. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Well, Ricky, we really appreciate you, and we look forward to having you back in the future as we talk about recreation, as we talk about all of the different areas that are in your particular department and the things that we're doing for Ascension Parish.
Great.
Yeah, we're at the DPW department on Church Point, and we're giving blood to give life back to the people who need it. Parish employees have always been very generous, and very generous today, and I think that speaks volumes about our employees here. It's a great event. It's just a way to give back, and no, we just encourage public participation. Also at different local blood drives, give what they can, just to make sure that we have plenty stockpile of vital blood for the patients that need it.
What is the 2020 census? Every 10 years, the census records everyone living in this country. It's written in the Constitution and comes in a questionnaire that counts everyone who lives at your address on April 1st. The data can be used to inform funding for services like fire stations, schools, clinics, and representation that affect your community.
How will 2020 census data be used? Where there are more people, there are more needs for public services. That's why the census is used by the government to inform funding decisions each year. But that's not all. It's also used by nonprofits to inform services, by businesses to create jobs, and even by students for school projects. Understanding how the population changes helps us shape communities across the country for the better.
How does the 2020 census affect representation? There are 435 seats in the House of Representatives. These get distributed to the 50 states by population, and an accurate census response helps your state get the right amount of seats. States with smaller populations get at least one, while states with larger populations might get more.
How do I take the 2020 census? In March 2020, every address in the country will receive an invitation to complete a simple questionnaire, and there are 3 ways to respond. Number 1, do it online. Number 2, call by phone. Number 3, send it by mail. For those who don't respond, a census taker from your community will follow up and assist you.
Is my 2020 census data safe? After sending your census response, your personal information is kept safe. By law, it can't be shared with any other government agency, law enforcement, or landlord. No one. So take your 2020 census with peace of mind. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
The United States Census Bureau does not go away and it just kind of opens back up every 10 years.
No, they're
constantly, they are around. They are constantly gathering information, collating information. It is a constant state of affairs, but every 10 years is the official count that's mandated. And I mean, we were talking about representative, and you don't. I mean, all right, every state gets 2 United States senators, but the number of representatives is based on population. And then that also counts for how many electoral votes you have. So right now we have 8 electoral votes when it comes time to voting for the president. We may get 9 if we can add another representative. And that's very possible if we're counted correctly.
Yes, sir. You're absolutely correct.
And now talk about this money stuff. You said every person who's not counted costs us $2,300. I mean, what's that?
Every one person costs us $2,300. So basically, I want to say if you have 4 people in your house and you're not counted, how much money is that? That's a healthy penny, right? And with that money is our federal funding. And so a lot of people think that you aren't to count children or toddlers, and again, infants. We need all of that. The infants are $2,300 as well. It doesn't matter if you're 80 or 6 months old. We need all of that, and you know that data, LaChip.
That LaChip, that's the health insurance program for the underprivileged.
For the underprivileged kids, we don't count those. They lose money every year.
Right.
They cut their budget every year. So we have to count these kids, we have to count everyone.
When we pay taxes to the federal government, all the taxes go to them, and then they apportion it back to the different states based upon the population, and the population is based on the census count.
Yes, sir.
So that's what you mean by that's money that we're not getting.
Money that we are not getting.
Representation that we are not getting. So how does this happen? How does it go about for those people who have never participated? Or hey, it happens every 10 years. We can't really expect to.
So I'm guessing you're asking me what are
what are the mechanics of it? How do you get counted? Is someone going to knock on your door and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? What?
So we start off by sending a small envelope. If you are not to open that envelope and fill out the card, we send another one. You are not to open that one. April 1st, be prepared for someone to knock on your door. We are coming. And at this point in time, the census is becoming more technological. And so we have iPads. And all you have to do is answer 10 questions. But they will not leave your house unless you answer. You can shoo them away. Somebody's coming back. Because we want to make sure, again, that everyone is counted. So if you do not answer those first 2 cards, there will be a walker walking around your neighborhood making sure that everyone answers that door or that card. And like I said, 10 minutes, it takes about, 10 questions, it takes about 15 minutes to answer tops. You can do it online, you can do it by mail, or if you're old fashioned, and I got some of that at the balloon festival, some customers are more comfortable with census takers coming to their homes and taking the census. They feel that it's more official that way. So if that's what you want to do, April 1st, be on the lookout. But if you want to answer it, you can call in or you can go on www.census.gov and fill out your census there.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside Ascension. Remember, you can catch replays anytime on our YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing to the channel while you're there. You can also email your comments and story ideas to us at insideascension@apgov.us.
Felton Brown works for Ascension Parish Government in the Facility Maintenance Department. He sings in the choir at Do Right Baptist Church on Burnside. Our Lanyap segment features his soulful tones. We hope you enjoy.
So long, everybody, and let's all pitch in to keep Ascension beautiful.
My life was filled with rain until His presence came and changed me. I was down in the dirt. I didn't care who I hurt until His grace came and it swept me. Yes, Jesus, He changed my life. Jesus, He saved my life, yeah. And I'm not going back. I'm not going back the way I used to be. The way I used to be. I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back the way I used to be. My Savior has, He turned my life around. I was on my way to a burning hell. What a mercy my Savior has. He's forgiven all my wrong. Now I'm so glad, I'm so glad my past is over, yeah. Yes, Jesus, He changed my life. Jesus, He saved my life, yeah. And I'm not going back. I'm not going back the way I used to be. The way I used to be. I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back the way I used to be. I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back the way I used to be. The way I used to be. I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back the way I used to be. I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I said I'm not going back. I'm not going back. Yes, Jesus, He changed my life. Jesus, He saved my life, yeah. And I'm not going back.